Booty aisle. Look at that.
Squawk! This is a show. Squawk!
I like this.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Fish Tales. I'm your host, Lando Nero. What the?
And I'm Jacobsen with an E.
And with us this week, my parrot. ActorPat.
Squawk! Oh, crap, I'm a bird. Squawk!
Welcome, everybody, to Fish Tales. Pat, you should look out. There we go.
You.
I'm going to try to cast over you as much as I can. I think it'll be a good time. But hello, welcome, both of you. 2, Manrick doesn't exist. I keep forgetting about that.
Here.
Welcome to the cast, Pat. How you doing?
Hello, thanks for having me.
For sure.
Just chilling out here in the sea, getting some fish.
Oh yeah, and we'll be getting those glow-in-the-dark fish because it's nighttime.
Yeah, you already got one.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I'm just
there's
waiting.
one
Oh,
for
there
me.
he is. Nice. But how y'all been this week? What's been the happy haps?
Go for it, Pat. I leave it for you. I leave that space for you to answer, sir.
Oh, how generous, thank you. What's new? In my world, I have been taking a voiceover class. I'm trying to break into the world of entertaining through voice. I
Nice,
want to be in
nice.
all of the video games and anime that you play and watch.
And
Yeah.
Dream World still Captain America, even animated.
Oh man, that would be amazing. Are you
Oh,
kidding?
that'd be fucking.
Then
That
I
would be
can
cool.
Captain America without having to work out. Could sign me up. But yes, I am an actor here in Los Angeles, and I flew in just for you guys. So
Aw, your arms must be tired.
so tired. 'Cause I'm a bird with arms.
Oh, we
But,
love
yeah, it's
using jokes.
Pandemic.
How weird has our
been
weather been lately?
super weird. We've gone from like crazy cold for Los Angeles. We were down in the
Right?
low 40s one week, and then
Yeah, cold.
now back to fairly hot out and rain, and it's been all over the place over the course of like 3 weeks.
I went on a walk earlier and I had a jacket and I was like, yeah, it was all rainy last week. It was cold, and then I got to this park where I went walking and I was just like, man, I'm gonna be hot in this. It's just like in the course of days, it's changed so much weather-wise. Our weather is insane right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, isn't Los Angeles like usually essentially like 60s, 70s year round, and then occasional rain?
Yeah, probably 2 seasons, hot and less hot, and then maybe a week's worth of rain across the whole year.
Yeah, rain is very frequent.
Sorry, the sea just went black. I really thought we just got Kraken while we were sitting still. My blood boiled.
I
Oh, that'd
can
be
only
great
hope we
content.
get to meet the Kraken today.
Oh, Pat, don't say that.
Pat is
I
a
will
big
be very
Kraken
upset
fan.
if we don't get to meet the Kraken today.
That is a cursed word on this stream. Krakens have taken so much of my loot in my days.
This is in a stream.
Well, right now, yeah,
I
you're not
know.
streaming, and you've got nothing to lose other than a couple rinky-dink skulls that you weren't planning to get anyway. So
Okay, you
But
both
seems
make very valid
totally-
points.
totally fine.
But think of the leeches.
The leeches were okay. I had to work for those leeches, so yes, I would be upset if the leeches were gone.
Yeah, thankfully we have a good couple. Oh my god, catching a fish is an achievement. I love this.
I'm so happy.
I would like to thank my mom and my dad, and especially Actor Pat for just being that bird on my shoulder, you know?
How about you, Lando? How's your week been?
I looked at you the second you said booty aisle. Oh, good stuff. I think you asked me how I've been.
Yes, I was asking how your week's been. How's your
Cool.
weekend?
It was good. I've been wild productive recently. Like, I've been editing a lot. I got all my grading done for the week already. I'm just like trying to stay on top of things the best that I can. And I like to think I'm doing a good job. I have constant I always feel like I should be doing more all the time. So
Yeah.
it's good to finally feel like I'm getting something accomplished. How about yourself, Jacobson? I mean Andrew. Shit.
I mean, you can call me either. It's fine. They're both my name.
Hello,
as they
either.
were. Oh, either. Yes. I don't know if I'll be as responsive to when you call me either, but we'll see. No, yeah. Like I said, I went on a nice little walk earlier, and then yeah, LA's opening back up, so a little bit of return to work this week, and
Which is still
Which is
so
fine.
weird to me.
it's weird to me too. It's fine. It's a little stressful, but it's fine.
Yeah, you work at a brewery, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
So that's, I don't know. You can't wear a mask while you're sipping a brew.
Yeah. Well, that's neither here nor there.
You're
We'll,
right.
we'll move on.
No
We don't need to talk about my work. We don't need to talk about my day job because I don't want to talk about.
Ooh, hey, look at this. Look what I got. Pat,
I'm a little busy right now.
you're eating
but
good
Thanks
tonight.
for being fancy.
There you go.
Is that a catfish?
Damn.
Sure.
I got an ancient something.
Ancient scale.
It said ancient, which made me feel like, ooh, this is cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fighting pretty hard.
Oh yeah, this thing, whatever this is, does not want to be caught.
Would
It's the
you?
Kraken.
Stop!
Probably not.
I don't know why I went German there. Stop, y'all. If you say Kraken one more
Stop.
time. Oh, good lord. Yeah, I suppose we don't have to talk about day jobs. We can talk about the night job of streaming.
Ooh.
Oh, I do love streaming. It's a good time. I definitely feel like just like it's put a lot more fun back into gaming to be able to just interact with chat and just absolutely vibe for a while.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
I'm
100%.
surprised at how much I enjoy it. Like I had no idea that I would have as much fun streaming as I do.
Yeah, I
But
thought.
when did you guys start?
Go. Fuck.
Yeah, Lando, when did you start streaming?
September, maybe. Okay. My mod knows I don't.
I
I just-
remember it was 1 or 2 months before October.
Oh, there you go. That makes sense. Yeah, I
How
think it
about
was
you, Andrew?
September.
I think it was late September for me as well.
Oh my god, we started streaming at the same time.
I think
Oh my
yeah,
God!
right around there. Yeah. The first, honestly, I don't know why I started doing it.
I thought about it
just-
for a
I just-
while.
I think I thought about it in passing, and it's one of those things like I just did it one day, and I was like, okay. And I was like, do I want to do this more? And then I had like a fun stream, you know, like
Yeah.
maybe the stream where I got like my first organic follower. I think I
Oh,
was playing
yeah.
Fall Guys with my friends and just being silly.
Mm-hmm.
And then some random person like, you know, popped up in my stream, and like, yeah, they've been following and they've subbed ever since like when I got affiliate and all that stuff. But it was like one of those things where I was like, oh, this is kind of cool.
Isn't
That's
it?
Get it?
Telltale Games. Andrew liked that.
Exactly. I think that's when I was like, oh, this is interesting.
And Pat, you've been on the streaming drug for what, like almost a year now?
Yes, coming up on a year. I started in late March of 2020 because pandemic stuff. So it has been instrumental in keeping my sanity and combating, just general loneliness because I've just been kind of hermited the whole time, and
Yeah.
it's been a great way to meet people, and including you, Lando, and a ton of our streaming circle, and
It really is a good little circle.
yeah, I mean, we literally have gotten the chance to meet people all over the world, which is nuts.
Right? That blows my mind every time. Like last time I was live, I just started asking people about food in their area and what they thought American food was and like different.
Mhm.
I love food and I love culture, so that was a great time for me.
Does anyone think that American food is anything besides hamburgers
Nope.
and hot dogs?
They said
Yeah,
they
I was
said
gonna say, that's what they
McDonald's,
should say.
those sort of things.
They should say hamburger, hot dogs, and French fries. Like that's American food.
Somebody
That's
said
That's
pizza.
our contribution. Yeah.
I
'Cause
mean,
there's American
overwhelmingly,
pizza.
I would say, yeah, fast food type items are America's contribution to the food pool.
The culinary arts.
But in terms of more, I guess, unique stuff, although again, not the healthiest options, but I also go more like Southern style
Ooh,
food.
yep.
Oh yeah,
Comfort
yeah,
food.
yeah, sure. Southern comfort foods for sure.
Like that's more the like that's American food.
Biscuits and gravy, let me tell you.
Mmm.
I actually don't like biscuits or gravy.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you
Oh,
just
damn.
have like how often have you had it? Maybe you just haven't had good biscuits and gravy.
I
I feel like
probably
this is.
haven't.
I'm sorry. I have to stop. We have to talk about this.
Okay. We can talk about this. So I've had gravy a good number of times. I love mashed potatoes. Like potato is probably my favorite food. I like things that you can do a lot with, like potatoes, pasta, rice, stuff like that. And potato like hash browns, mashed potatoes, baked potatoes. You can do so much with it. So I've tried a lot of gravy on my baked potatoes. Fuck, on my mashed potatoes. And it just like it's a texture thing for me. Like I've never had a gravy that didn't just feel wrong going down, you know?
Interesting. So you've just never liked gravy. You just had.
I don't think I've had the right gravy. It always just tastes like warm sludge.
Warm sludge.
Okay, sure, 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 sure.
But
I
it's
also
very
don't like
specifically the
oatmeal.
gravy, not the biscuits. You do and you
I enjoy
hopefully enjoy
some biscuits. I find a lot of them to be a little too dry for my palate. I don't know. They've got to be like the good biscuits, you know, like grandma made biscuits.
You know what helps with the dryness of biscuits?
Gravy.
Hey!
Whoa, who knew? What are y'all's favorite
Sorry,
foods? Now that we're on the topic of food,
this one,
like you're,
we had a strong reaction to the biscuits and gravy, and now we're on foods.
yeah, I'm hungry. What
God,
do you want from me?
Favorite foods is like that's hard. That's difficult to
Okay,
choose.
let
'Cause
me
I
give you a
think- I think
situation.
food is one of those things where it's like mood based, right?
Yes, yes.
Like what are you feeling? Like what do you want tonight? Like and that I think that can change every day.
But is there something that you like? You start your week on a Monday and you're like, I kind of want that. But you're like, yeah, I don't know if I want it. And then you keep thinking about it until you get it.
I mean, I will say that I kind of want to get some Chinese food. I've wanted some good Chinese food for like the past few days,
I love
for
Chinese
like
food.
past week or so, to be honest.
I can respect that. I like some good Chinese. How about
Would
you,
that
Pat?
is that like your favorite genre of food?
And that's the thing is like I'd hate to say something that's my favorite genre of food.
Because there's just so many options.
There's
Right?
so much good food. There's so much good food.
There
It's true.
is.
Like that's the thing they always like that you always hear people ask is like what would you want for your like last meal type thing, right?
Oh yeah.
And it's like God, I don't know.
I
Well,
want
well-
one bite of a million different things.
A little bit of everything, right?
Can I get an hors d'oeuvre platter, please?
I would like a very vast charcuterie board, thank you.
Oh my God, I love charcuterie.
I have never like. I thank the Lord that I have heard people pronounce that because reading the word charcuterie, I could never. I once called it like
Oh,
Gotta get
charcuterie.
them
It's
charcuterie.
goddamn aggressive. Oh!
Oh shit! You lost it.
What was that fish?
I don't know, but he was pissed.
How about you, Pat?
I'm trying to think of it kind of in terms of, the question where it's like, if you could eat one food every day for the rest of your life,
Yeah.
Right.
what would be the thing that, yeah, I mean, yes, we all know eventually we would get tired of the one thing, but what would last me the longest before I got tired of it? And probably like, I'm pretty sure I could eat sushi every day forever.
Oh yeah.
Specifically nigiri. I do love
Okay.
me some nigiri sushi. Nigiri style sushi. Is that the right way to say that? Is nigiri
don't
a
know.
style of sushi, or is sushi its own thing?
No, sushi. You can have like a bunch of different kinds of sushi. Like there's California rolls, there's magiri, there's the other things. I don't really order sushi that often, and when I do, other people order it for me because I don't know what's going on. But
Because
I'm-
like I think at least in most Americans' minds, sushi is kind of all encompassing. Like when you say sushi, it just means I'm going to a sushi restaurant.
Yeah.
Because there's like nigiri, which is just the raw fish on rice. There's sashimi, which is just the raw fish.
The raw fish.
Um, and I don't know how many other categories there might be, but yeah, I do really like sushi.
Oh, I
And of
thought you
course,
meant sushi.
American answer, pizza. Pizza's great.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
But even then,
go
that's
wrong with
Americanized pizza. I was talking about this
That's
on
true.
stream too. Like, Italian pizza is entirely different than American pizza.
Oh, sure.
And
Which is
you
fine.
got all the different subcategories of pizza. Do you like New York style that you can fold up? Do you like deep dish? Do you like Sicilian? Do you, what
Did
do you
someone
like thin
say
crust?
calzones?
Calzone.
I love a calzone, but do you still classify that in like the pizza category? It's so different to me at that point.
I don't really, but it's a Parks and Rec meme at this point.
The low-cal calzone zone.
Thank you, Pat.
So
Yeah,
Pat,
I'll
when
go-
you started streaming, what was that experience like? So it sounds like you said in March, like that's about right when LA shut down.
Oh yeah, literally.
So had you been thinking about it beforehand?
Yes, I had always been curious about streaming. I had even once or twice over the years prior, gone live just to see like what
Yeah.
experiment with stuff, and it just never quite vibed right because
Mhm.
I mean, of course, when you start out, nobody's watching, and you're just
Yeah.
like,
Right.
what am I doing? But yeah, I was like, I'm playing video games anyway because I'm now unemployed because of the pandemic.
Right.
Why not try to do stuff with it? And I think, kind of like Andrew was saying earlier, once you hit that first organic interaction of somebody that you don't know coming by to be like, oh, hey, what are you playing? I like Legend of Zelda too. And then all of a sudden, you have a new internet friend.
Right?
Right.
And it's that easy.
Yeah,
It's that quick.
it is. It's very much the Step Brothers, where it's like, did we just become best friends? And over the last almost year, yeah, I've met a couple dozen people that I now regularly chat with, and some people are all over the States, some people are in Canada, some people are in South Africa, some are in the
Right.
UK, some are in Australia, and it's nuts that video games. I think all of us were probably growing up in the time when, because I don't know everyone's ages, but I was alive during the time when being a nerd was kind of shunned a little bit. Growing up,
Right.
it was the like, oh, all you do is play video games and read comic books. But now, in the last 15, 20 years, it's become, it's geek chic. Everybody loves nerd stuff, which is awesome. So it's very cool. Like my little kid self would have never imagined
No.
that playing video games would allow me to meet people around the world.
I would have never
Right.
even thought of the concept of Twitch. Like I mean, I'm 23 in 2 weeks as of today, and as of time of filming. Like, it is still geek chic a little bit, or it was rather, but it was still like, you still got mass amounts of shit just for liking video games, especially like, it started out with there's the cool video games like Call of Duty and blah blah blah, but I always played
Right.
I always played the nerdy shit. So
Mhm.
even though it was starting to become more socially acceptable, I still wasn't playing the mainstream stuff. So it was still like, it was close, but it wasn't. There was no cigar, you know.
Mm-hmm. And even then, it's kind of hard, I think, for older generations, and not not always the case, but older generations to have that mentality of,
Oh yeah.
as the older we get, the more people are like, well, what do you mean you're just playing video games? Like
Right.
you're supposed to be doing X, Y, and Z career stuff, and it's like, well, not that any of us are necessarily going to make a career out of it, but there is potential.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I have no notions of making it big, because if you bank on something like this, like, there's so many people streaming out there. But it's just a fun thing to do. Like, I would so much rather spend time, like, every time I play video games now, it has to pertain to stream. Like, I'm setting up for stream, or like I'm practicing for different games, stuff like that. Like, it's just so much
I
more.
think like the way I think about video games now is like so much in relationship to stream for sure.
Oh yeah.
And
So
like
like when
the
you
types of video games, like you kind of talked about it, like playing Call of Duty or like those popular games. But even just in terms of the games that I was playing before I was streaming, I was playing like a lot of Apex Legends, a lot of the gaming and stuff. Like, oh, this is a way for me to hang out with some of my friends from work or some of my friends that still live in Nevada or whatever it is it may be. It's like, yeah, we can get together. We play this multiplayer game for the night. Hang out. Like we were playing PUBG or Apex Legends and different things like that. And then doing it now, it's like the way streaming has helped is like I'm playing video games that are single player, but it's also like I'm still getting to be social with it, right? Because of
Yeah.
all
Mhm.
the talking to chat, and that big part of it is that I was looking for is still there for me.
Yeah.
And so it's actually helped me, I think, try to probably complete more social like single player games just because I can still be social. So I was actually curious, Pat, how you like settled on 100%ing all the Zelda games.
That's a very good
For
question.
that, I mean, I've just been a lifelong Zelda fan. That was my very first video game that I ever beat. I started gaming when I was, I believe, 6 is the only record I could find in like old family pictures and stuff is
Hmm.
me with an NES, and that was in 1991. Aging myself here. I'm really old,
Yeah.
guys. I'm 35.
Everybody, do math real quick.
Don't don't worry, don't worry. I feel you. I
And
have back pain.
I have back pain. When I stand up from a chair, I go, ugh. Uh, yeah, it's just always been a lifelong thing of mine. And there was a handful of Zelda titles that I hadn't played before, and I figured it would take me a while to get done, so it would be plenty of streamable
Shark.
content. And also plan on getting a Zelda tattoo when I beat all the canon games. So we're
I was
coming
gonna
up on
ask that. So are you
Yeah.
just gonna
Nice.
do like a black and white? Sorry guys, I really like tattoos. Are you gonna do black and white Triforce? Are you gonna like put color into it? Where do you think about putting it? I don't. A lot of people don't put this much thought in this early.
No, you should. If you're getting a tattoo, please put thought into it. Um, yes, at the moment, I'm planning on a Triforce. Initial thought was just black and white because keeping it simple and minimalist. But
Yeah.
I do like the idea of maybe coloring in the piece of courage, just because I would love to live my life more courageously, like Link. Um, not sure where though. I do have one tattoo on my upper right shoulder. I don't know if I
Mhm.
should add to it. Maybe put it around like somewhere else on my arm. Try and maybe develop a potential sleeve someday.
Yeah, you
Um,
could like use this as like making your sleeve into things that are very important to you. Because that's like your
So lots to
mantra,
think
isn't it?
about. I'm sorry, say that again.
Your upper right shoulder is your mantra right now, right?
Yes, the one tattoo I have is a Buddhist mantra. Not that I'm Buddhist, I just really liked the phrase.
Mhm.
Um, Roughly translated, or at least my favorite interpretation of it was, if you seek enlightenment, eventually you'll find it.
I
And
love that.
I listen to that as like, you got to get off your butt and do stuff if you want to get the things you want in life.
Mhm.
Uh, but yeah, so that's kind of a long roundabout way of saying I just really like Zelda and I wanted to complete everything because I want to say I'm one of the world's biggest Zelda fans. And not that you need to be a completionist, or nobody needs to gatekeep any fandom. If you've played 1 minute of Zelda, you can be a Zelda fan.
Yeah, but it's kind of a flex to say I've 100%ed every Zelda.
Yes, but I still want to be a really good Zelda player. um,
You've done a lot of like no deaths run too, haven't you?
Yes, the hope is to try and show a little bit of skill and not die through the playthroughs as well. So out of the 21 games we've played so far, I have died in, I believe, 7 of them. So not bad, like 66% no deaths.
Pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Boy, I'll tell you right now, I'm playing Baldur's Gate, the first one, and I die every stream multiple
Oh my
times.
god.
Well,
Yeah.
that was my next question. Zelda is to me as what series is to both of you.
I'm gonna take this because you mentioned dying in Baldur's Gate, and that is the reason I stopped playing Fallout 1. I love Fallout. Like I have a tattoo that's from New Vegas. Like it's just such an instrumental series for me. Anyway, just really. Sorry, I got water in my lungs there. Just really integral to both like shooter games themselves and like the production of the the type and the game format, as well as myself. Like, do whatever you want and interact with the world and the environment the way that you can in a Fallout game is really cool to me. Like, you can in New Vegas particularly, you can choose 4 different paths, and each one just like ends differently for the whole game. Um, I love like choose your own adventure kind of stuff. So Fallout has always appealed to me. I tried playing Fallout 1 on stream. I plan on playing every single one. It did not
And
work.
you gave up on it so fast.
Yeah, so I played on stream my first time ever playing. I then after that played a couple times by myself, and it just like turn-based is not for me, especially when it's like as restricted as one is. Like they tell you to kill things that I truly don't think that I had the ability to kill at that point in time with the materials given to me.
Right.
Um, so yeah, it was just less. I don't know. I guess I didn't have the nostalgia factor to even reel me in there. I was just kind of mad pretty quick.
Have you ever played that one?
No, I've never played any sort of turn-based RPG ever.
I didn't know that that one was turn-based.
Yeah, oh yeah. Fallout 1, 2, and Tactics are all turn-based, and then 3 in New Vegas and 4 and 76 are all first-person RPGs.
Is there a Fallout Tactics? I had no idea.
Yeah, Brotherhood. It's called Brotherhood of Steel Tactics. I don't think it's technically a Tactics.
I love those sort of turn-based tactics games.
Yeah, I've noticed
is
you're
why
playing
I
quite a
asked.
few of those.
Yeah, I played a little bit of XCOM, but it takes me back. I don't know if any of you have ever played Final Fantasy Tactics.
Nope,
Mhm.
never played any Final Fantasy.
Oh, I like that's the only one I ever really played, and it was just such a fun game. So I like the tactical gameplay ones. I'm not necessarily good at them. I'm doing fine in Gears Tactics, but
I noticed.
I'll get wrecked. I'll get wrecked in XCOM.
I did not know XCOM was turn-based. I had no idea.
Oh yeah, XCOM's really good. I'm playing the first one. I actually just got like a bundle of XCOM 2 and some expansions that I hope to play at some point soon. But yeah, right now I'm just focusing on playing the original Baldur's Gate. You know, you asked like games that have been like big and influential for us. I had considered saying Baldur's Gate, but I've never beaten them, so it would kind of seem.
But kind of generally, you fall in the like more tactics and RPGs.
RPGs I like a lot, yeah. And like I was saying before, like the social games are a big thing for me. So I've played a lot of multiplayer, but the Mass Effect trilogy, I will say that I did complete. I did beat. So like that might have to be the game that I say is like probably one of the biggest. Like it's one of my favorite video game experiences.
I kind of forgot Mass Effect existed. That's a very good pick.
Are you
Remaster's
are you going to
coming
be
out.
picking up the remaster?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm totally planning to pick up and stream the Mass Effect Legendary Edition is what it's called. It's coming out. I just had it.
May.
May like 14th or something like that, or 20th.
Oh.
Or, yeah, it's coming out in May.
That's pretty close.
Yeah, I'm very very excited for it. It looks like the visual updates look very nice, and they've streamlined the first game to have the combat systems from like 2 and 3, so it's going to be a little bit cleaner.
Nice.
Ooh.
I'm out of room.
But just all the decisions made in those games, and just like the relationships with the characters and the NPCs is very good.
So in terms of Mass Effect, because I've never played them, how balanced are like the decision reaction things? Because like like some choice-based games, it'll be
Right.
like, yeah, you can say yes, I will help you, or no, I don't want to help right now, I can't. And it's like, okay, cool, I want to go do this other thing, so I'll select no, and then your character's like, fuck you, I'm gonna kill you and your whole family. It's like that's not what I said at all.
I think that the Mass Effect games actually did a really good job of balancing that, in that you kind of had like so there's a dialogue wheel when you're doing like conversations with people, and it gives you the gist of the tone depending on where you go on the wheel of what your response will be. Even if it's like a yes or no response and you say a little bit more than yes or no, it will sort of like it's very intuitive to know like if you're trying to be a dick about it or not, right?
Which is very important because I'm accidentally a dick
Right.
a lot.
Yeah, and like that's the thing is like the big thing in Mass Effect is Paragon or Renegade, and so are you playing Paragon or Renegade and things, and you can do like they introduced in the second and third games like these Paragon and Renegade interrupts where like you could be in a conversation and it was like, oh, there's a Paragon interrupt that you can make right now or a Renegade interrupt and cut someone off like in their like mid dialogue, and that would sort of paint the conversation differently. And then in
Yeah.
terms of like if you're thinking about like quests and things like that, if you're I'd say in Mass Effect 2 there's a lot of like doing side quests, doing your characters like story quests is pretty good if you want to have like depending on how you want that game to end. And I don't think that it's difficult to do. I don't think that you ever feel like if I don't do this right now, then this person, you know, is going to be mad at me later. I feel like you can manage and do the stories for everyone.
I think so too. It's not like you have to choose too much. In Fallout, like, you pick someone and someone else gets pissed off.
Right.
So
Right,
definitely
and that's the
less
thing
like for
too with that game is like when you're recruiting like these NPCs and stuff like that, they'll just hang out on the Normandy. They'll hang out on your ship. Whereas like I'm playing Baldur's Gate right now and I meet a new NPC and I can only have 6 in my party at a time and I'm like, "Oh, I just met you. No room right now, thanks." And they're like, "Oh, you're making a big mistake." And it's like, "Well, you know, you're going to stand here in the wilderness and I'll come back and talk to you later when I want to do your side quest."
The car's got 6 seats, buddy. I don't know what to tell you.
With that, I think that's it for us this week. You guys can catch Pat. Pat, you wanna do a little plug as I plug the holes?
Yeah, thank you. For one, thanks for having me. But if anybody wants to hang out on Twitch, find me there, twitch.tv/ActorPat, and ActorPat on any and all socials.
Nice. And then we got Jacobsen. You wanna do a little plug?
Sure thing. You can also catch me on Twitch on twitch.tv/JacobsenWithAnE. It's the same on Instagram and Twitter, which I barely use. But yeah, if you want to, Jacobsen with an E.
Nice. And then, of course, you guys can find me at Lando Nero, both on Twitch and on YouTube. My Twitter is kind of hidden, so don't even try. Hey, everyone. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Fish Tales with myself and Jacobsen.
That's me!
We hope to see you here next week. Also, this feels really wasteful.
What feels wasteful?
Burning down the ship every time. Do you think we should just, like, make a cookie cutter ending?
I don't know, let's talk about it next week.
Sounds good.